Hello, this is Kirtana from Azteki and welcome back to the new tutorial series on Python. So here we're gonna see about Python modes, Python IO statements, Python inputs and Python commands. So by the way, we feel very sorry for the time delay between the previous video and this. So without wasting the time, let's move quick on to the video. And the first slide which is about Python modes. So commonly, there are two types of modes like normal mode or script mode, and the another one is the interactive mode. So in the normal mode, the scripted and finished.py files are run in the Python interpreter, and this mode is also called as script mode. And then the interactive mode, so in this the command line shell which gives immediate feedback for each statement. So I think so it won't be much clearer. So let's move on to the live demo on these modes. So this is a page of the Python ideally, and this symbol indicates that we are in an interactive mode. So it interacts with the comments which you're writing and it produces an output. For example, print of within the single quotes or double quotes. Kirti. If gives enter, it interacts with the comments and produces an output as Kirti. For example, 45, it gives 45, 67.9, it gives 67.9. So for a bigger program or the comments, we can't execute by line as it takes more amount of time. So to overcome this drawback, there is another one called as normal mode or script mode. So for that we have to go inside file and new file. This is that empty page. So here we have to type is anything, any lines of code, that is a is equal to input of within quotes, enter the value space. So I'm closing this. So I'm just copying this line and going and just pasting, and this is a variable b. So just I'm gonna concatenate. So c is equal to a plus b and enter. I'm gonna give a print statement which has to produce an output. So print inside then single quotes. I'm going to the output is comma c. So now I have to save this as name dot py. The py stands for Python. It has to be stored with the Python, that is py extension dot py extension. So we got an output screen. So enter the value 3 and enter the value 5. So the output is 35, that is we have concatenated. So fine. So this is an script mode. So the thing we have to see here is if we type in script mode also, the output will be shown only in an interactive mode. And the next one is Python IO statements. So usually the program needs to communicate with the outside world by obtaining the input data from the user, and after that it has to display the results back to the user, right? So the input can be got by these three types like input of, int of, input of, or float of, and it exactly had to produce an output with this print function. So int for input, int followed by open and closed parenthesis, and int of, input of, open and closed parenthesis, and float of, that is open and closed parenthesis. So now we see with an example. So we just going inside an new file. So this is our empty page. So here is equal to input of, enter the value, so again I'm just copying this So the simple, you're no need of another statement also. So we just, I'm just explaining you that this is an input statement through which we can able to get the input. So then now we are going to add one output statement, that is we can print the output statement by using the print function. So print of, inside that within the quotes, the value is space comma a. So the value of a will be come to an output statement. So now let's save this. Py. Okay, fine. Now run module. Yeah, we got the output screen 4. Then enter the value, and the value is 4. So we got an output statement also. So this is a simple input and output statement. So now let's move on to the static and dynamic inputs. So it is a very simple. So as I have said, so while writing a program, if we give an input during the execution time, it is said to be a dynamic input. So in static input, if we give an that is the input which we are giving during the starting time or any other time during directly to the program is called a static input. For example, the example for the static input is we are initializing a is equal to 5 or b is equal to 2. So these are called as static inputs. So dynamic inputs is the example we have seen before, like a is equal to int of, input of, enter the values. So these are the kind of dynamic inputs, and the static inputs is we are initializing it in the program. So this is the major difference between the dynamic and the static inputs. So and the last thing is the Python comments. So comments are used to explain the Python code, and it can also be used to hide the code as well as. So comments are the most helpful stuff of any program, and it enables us to understand the way a program works. So it is very much useful. And in Python, any statement is written along with the # symbol is called as comments. So there are single line comments and multi-line comments. So the single line comments is used where there is a need of a short or quick comments for debugging. So it starts with the pound symbol, that is what I have said is # symbol, and automatically ends with an end of file, that is EOL. And next, the multi-line comments. So it is used to describe something which is more complicated. To add multi-line comments, begin with the asterisk followed by an single space. So more than these two types, there is another way to represent the multiple comment, is to use triple quotes. So this is also a perfect example of multi-line comments. So the main thing is, if we write any program with the comments, the command line won't be executed, which means it is just for the understanding of the user or any other who is seeing the program. So hope guys you all like this program. So please do like, share and subscribe. Bye bye.